Yeah, so my name is Chad Lubben. I was born in Iowa, where I'm actually at with my in-laws right now. Here for a week, and then going to go to Chicago,
Hmm.
where most of my employees work. In Chicago, I was there for 20 years. Left college after graduating and moved to Chicago a year after that.
Hmm.
My journey professionally has been I went from a financial advisor into the mortgage industry once I moved to Chicago. I've been doing mortgages now for 20 years this August
Hmm.
and really did it wrong for about 13 years and have been doing it right for 7 years. So I met your dad, I met Rick, I met Josh Sigmund at an event called Mastermind in Vegas. It
Hmm.
was for mortgage professionals and was lucky enough to form a little bit of a bond and relationship with Josh Sigmund at that event. And he convinced me to get on a level 1 CD program that taught me the basics of lead trackers, greatness trackers, pay logs,
Hmm.
personal family budget. A little bit before that, I've dug myself about a $300,000 hole of debt between IRS debt, credit card debt, and a bad business deal. And just went to work. Bankruptcy wasn't an option for me, so I needed to repay the debt and get my
Hmm.
finances back in order, which I've been able to do here. Really, gosh, it all happened. All that debt was paid off within 2 years, and I just went to work on accumulating wealth. I 2 years ago I left Chicago with my family. I have three daughters, twin 5-year-old girls, and a newborn that's 9 months old. So,
Wow, congrats.
um, thank you. And really at that time, decided to leave Chicago and to go join Rick in North Carolina to be closer to him, to be closer to the
Hmm.
core, and be closer to a church that we really liked. So those three
Oh,
things kind of came
awesome.
together, and we moved to North Carolina, closer to the core and closer to Rick.
Yeah, well, speaking of the court, I heard that over the summit these past few days, you won the Hard Hat Award.
I did win the Hard Hat Award, yes.
Wow,
So
yeah,
that
that's I looked over it a little bit, and that's really really impressive. So really, kudos and applaud to you for that. That's really
oh,
awesome.
thank you. Yep, there was what, eight, seven, eight awards given that night, and if I had to pick from the eight, that would have been the one I would have chosen. So it
Yeah,
was
awesome.
very humbling and deeply honored to receive that from my peers.
Awesome. Well, congrats again. Is there anything that, well, you talked a little bit about how you got out of debt in 2 years. What are some tips that you have? I'm 17, turning into 18. I don't really have any debt, but is there any really financial advice that you give to the younger generation and younger people out there before they kind of get into this and so they don't have to go through so much and so much debt and have to work their entire lives to pay it off?
Yeah, there is no secret sauce. There is no magical lead source. The
Mm-hmm.
best thing in business is to build relationships and to grow a team around you
Mm-hmm.
that believes in the fundamentals. Um, I thought I could create a business and spend my way out of the debt, and it just built me a bigger hole. So I had
Mm-hmm.
that problem in business. I wasn't willing to develop relationships to get business partners to refer business to me. So I had to pay for it. That
Sure.
was a huge problem. Vet and be around people that have a same common goal as you. That would be a piece of advice that I would give. And just lastly, um, you can't keep digging the hole deeper. So I had a lifestyle at the time of excess partying, didn't have Christ in my life, didn't have love in my life. I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
someone I wanted to share my life with, was just all about work and partying. And that lifestyle catches up to you quick, even when you're young. And it's better to be on a budget. A boring life is a better life than a exciting life, because exciting
Mm-hmm.
things usually lead to massive hangovers. And I don't just
Yeah.
mean like a hangover from alcohol. I mean a hangover in your finances, a hangover in the way you feel, a
Mm-hmm.
hangover in your business. So
Yeah.
um, don't chase the fast times always, because it does catch up to you.
Definitely. Yeah, I think a lot of people get caught up in their peers and they want to look cool and they'll do things that maybe are not the best. I think that's really great information for sharing. So thank you so
Yeah,
much.
and listen, like you got to start somewhere.
Mhm.
So be around people that are already highly successful and
Yeah.
watch what they do and watch their habits and ask a lot of questions.
Mhm.
I just never had a mentor in my life, so I had to figure it all out on my own. And if I
Mhm.
just would have asked better questions and vetted the people I was going to work with, the better off I
Mhm.
would have been.
Definitely. Yeah. Is there any experience that you kind of went through in your journey that really stuck with you? Maybe a lesson learned, an advice you were given that it's something you kind of still use on your day-to-day life?
Save 20% of every single check, put it in the stock market, and don't touch it.
Yeah. I think that's
And
really
if
good
you can't
advice.
do that, you're spending too much and you need to
Mhm.
dial it back. So you always have two
Definitely.
options. You can spend less or you can make more. And both of those things
Mm.
are choices.
Yeah, definitely. Is there any stock market can be a little bit intimidating, especially to kind of the younger generation. Is there something
Mhm.
like that, just a small advice that you'd say, hey, for the stock market, just go out, learn a little bit of this, and then you can get off to the right foot?
Buy five stocks of products that you like. So if you have an
Mm-hmm.
Apple phone, buy Apple. If you
Mm-hmm.
like what's the company my wife likes? Lululemon, right? She loves wearing Lululemon
Yeah.
stuff, so she should buy Lululemon stock. I like Costco, so I own Costco stock,
Yeah.
right? I like Apple. I have a lot of Apple stock, right? We have Amazon boxes outside of our house more than I would like, so I have Amazon stock. So just buy products that you use and don't overthink it and keep it simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. That's really, really important. Awesome. Well, I think you shared a lot of great information. I really appreciate the time you've taken and everything you've shared. Is there any last thing you kind of want to throw out there? Maybe a quote or just some advice or just anything you really?
Listen, everybody in life faces adversity. I see too many people face adversity and they curl up in a ball, deaths in a family, friends passing away, someone getting sick, them getting sick. Everybody faces adversity. The champions rise above it. So if you want to be
Mm-hmm.
a champion, there's going to be difficult storms that you have to go through in your life. Those that fold and crumble and can't handle the adversity or go inward instead of powering and grinding through the storm, I just find most of those people never succeed.
Yeah, yeah. Pushing through is really hard for some people, and you just kind of remember that there are better things out there, and you can achieve a lot better things if you just keep going.
Absolutely. If you're strong in your faith, no matter when you're taken, like, gosh, God could take me tomorrow. I know where I'm going. So I've loved my wife strongly. I've loved my daughter strongly. I've ran a great business. That is enough for my life.
Yes,
Hopefully that's in a
definitely.
long time that I go away, but if it's tomorrow,
Yeah.
it's tomorrow.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, thank you again for taking the time. I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot of great things, stuff that's really, really
Good.
important, and I can definitely use in my day to day life. So I really appreciate it.
Well, you call me anytime. I love your parents.
Of course.
I consider them personal friends and they've helped me out a ton with my business. So anything I can ever do for you, I'm here to do that. Okay.
Thank you.